Let's take a look at how I can craft without focus or spec and still make a profit. For this example, we will be looking at the newest popular crystal weapon, the Forge Bark. Feel free to pause the video now to review my spreadsheet or come back to it when needed. I will be referencing it throughout the video. That being said, let's move on. To craft a Forge Bark 4.3, we need 16 4.3 planks and 8 4.3 cloth, as well as the forged crystal. Now that we know what we need, let's figure out how much they cost. First step is to go to the proper refining city for the refined resource you're buying. If we look at the 7-day graph, we can see that the average price for the 4.3 planks is 8,859. And since we know this is an average, that means that they are sold for above and below that number. With proper planning, you may be able to buy order them for considerably cheaper than market average, but I just wait a couple days till they go down. I purchased my planks roughly a week ago for around 8,300, so that will be the price I'm referencing for the planks. Moving right along to Limhurst for our 4.3 cloth, we can see that the average market value is 9,345. I purchased them for just under 9,200, so I will be referencing that number moving forward. Last on our list is the forged crystal. We can see that the average market price is 194,000. However, there's two ways of getting the artifact you want. You can either purchase the artifact right off the market, or we can purchase the shards and trade 50 shards for the artifact we want at the energy manipulator. The end of the season, when everyone opens their season chests, the market is flooded with everyone's shards, so I purchased a bunch of them, knowing the price would go up afterwards since this is the only way to get them. But if we look at the current shard value, we can see the average is 3,500, so I will use that number. Okay, now that we have all the material costs, let's review my spreadsheet. I will only craft on bonus days in bonus cities. That nets me a resource return rate of 30%. So, in my calculations, after multiplying the cost of the planks and cloth by the number needed, 16 and 8 respectively, I multiply them by 0.7 because you could sell the resources back if you wanted, but I'm going to just be holding onto them for my next crafts. Then those numbers are added together, and then the artifact cost is added, and we're looking at a total cost of 320,000. Now that we know how much it will cost us to craft, let's see how much we can sell it for. Here in 4 sterling, the market seems to be buying them for around 490,000. If I want to sell them quickly, I could probably sell 5 or so every other day if I drop the price to 480,000. So let's see what our profit margin looks like if we sell them for 480,000. To calculate the per craft profit, we have to add the crafting cost at the Hunter's Lodge that's calculated by the item value. In this case, the item's value is 4,512. Multiplied by 0.11125, multiplied by usage fee divided by 100. This comes out to 5,025. Then we need to consider the market tax for premium users like myself. This is 6.5%, which is equal to 31,200. Adding up all these expenses comes to roughly 355,000. Minus what we're selling them for 480,000, this leaves us with a profit of roughly 125,000 per craft. And don't forget to fill the journals. Even if you don't use them, you should be able to sell them for a profit. When you check to see if something is profitable to craft, generally speaking, I use 10% plus market tax, so that's 16.5%. If I can't sell the item for that much over cost, then it's not worth the craft in my opinion. Now you know how to craft without focus or spec and still profit. Go make your millions.